So iDubbbz has announced that he is bringing back Creator Clash. Creator Clash 3 is happening. Um uh, there's a lot I have to say about this. So for context, Creator Clash 2 was 2 years ago in 2023, and he ended up failing to even break even. Now, just to understand how much they lost, 250,000 was lost on this event that was supposed to be for charity. And it's it's not just a financial loss, it's also a charity failure, and many have even argued it's a charity scam because again, so much money was spent on this, so much money was even raised for this. People paid tickets with the assumption it was helping charities, and nothing went to charity. So it was a clear failure, and the reasons for the failure was that they bought out a giant arena. The pay-per-view sales were not that good, and they, along with spending money on the arenas, they bought out hotels and all these galas so that way creators could interact after the event, basically. Basically they spent so much money that they couldn't even break even. Now, this was needless. He says it was for trauma bonding, but you know, I don't think you need to invest in all of that for post-event trauma bonding. There are definitely ways you could have figured out money for that. Instead, they took the expensive route entirely, and they ended up failing. And also, there was the Froggy Fresh drama, which, big story. You guys all probably know about that by now, which did not help either. But even then, I still think they would have lost money on it. So this definitely should have been the end of Creator Clash. There should not have been another one. It is abundantly clear that iDubbbz and Anissa Jomha are not capable of managing such a giant event, and they are bringing it back. Why are they bringing it back? Uh, they, I guess they really enjoyed it, which, passion is passion, but again, charity. Um, they have learned absolutely nothing. Nothing in their Creator Class 3 announcement. Nothing. They're renting out the exact same arena, and it looks like they're going to spend nearly the same amount of money. And iDubbbz's plan to ensure charities get money, which again is incredible, is he wants there to be constant donations leading up to the event for charities. Now, the thing that really makes this just like hilarious in my opinion is it he's essentially asking people to bail him out if the event is a failure, which in my opinion very good chance it is again. Again, large arena. There are some exciting creators like Sapnap is going to be fighting. But generally speaking, how many people are going to pay to see a lot of these creators fight? Like it's not a good gamble, and again, the card is just, in my opinion, some of those creators I think will be interesting fights, but I don't think they're going to generate a lot of money. Plus, YouTube boxing events are also not really as big as they used to be. Jake Paul is like he had the Mike Tyson event, which was huge, but even after that, I mean, like it's 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 not something that is going to, in my opinion, be a safe bet, and my guess is they are ready for it to be a failure, which is kind of it kind of makes it feel weird that he's asking his audience essentially to donate to charities before the event. So if it's a failure, he doesn't have to make another video embarrassingly having to explain that charities did not make money. That that's his strategy for this. That it's it's incredible. And look, I mean, I understand it. Like, I understand that yes, it's good to ensure charities get money, and I think it's very good. I think anyone buying a ticket for the event, but again, this is kind of a weird thing to try now because it almost feels like in their calculations it's going to be a failure, and thus we want people to give to charity beforehand. So basically, if it's a flop, they're bailed out. Like that's essentially what they're asking. And again, it's another thing like last year, well, 2 years ago when he had to do that stream to make up for the charity events. It was essentially iDubbbz is asking, like, he asked people, and it was a good stream, and again the money going to charity was good, but it's a very odd thing to be at a point where you are not confident in your ability to profit off of an event, so much so that you you need a you basically need a setup to ensure that it doesn't come off as a scam for charity. And again, it's just an odd thing. And if I had to guess, the fact that they're doing this beforehand is a good indication that there's at least like a 75% chance that Creator Clash 3 is going to be a failure. Now, Sapnap may save that to a degree because he is a big content creator, so many people may want to see him there. The Odd Ones Out, LA Beast, uh, Epic Mealtime. Of course, these are creators that definitely do drive interest, but are they capable of making up the revenue? Are they capable of making up the hole that you have to fill from renting out a giant arena, from all the money you're definitely spending? They're definitely spending over 1 million. I mean, making so much money at this point, again, iDubbbz is not in the same place that he was in his prime, not by like a long shot. He hasn't had a video break 1 million views in over like 2 years. He Whenever he's big as of recent, it's always for a controversial reason. He and Anissa have really self-marginalized. They're doing a podcast behind a paywall, and all they do is basically complain about how ever since the OnlyFans thing, they've been viewed as like odd. It's just, I feel like at this current moment, it just once again represents like a very weird thing for iDubbbz in the sense of like, I feel like he's very, I think this is a passion project that he wants to continue because he enjoys it, which is nice and all, but again, financially speaking, such an event is such a risk. And honestly, I think if Creator Clash 3 is a flop, very good chance two things are going to happen. He's not going to do it again. That's the end of Creator Clash. Or someone else is going to buy it, and maybe that could actually help Creator Clash, and maybe that'll give him money, but I don't know. I have very, very low expectations for Creator Clash 3. Um, but I do hope this time, at least, and again, it's good that I guess the one good thing is charities will get money. So that's a good thing at least, and I really hope that at least that can happen. So we'll see how iDubbbz does.